Yo, 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 what is happening? Happy Monday to you. Happy Veterans Day to you. Big love and respect to those who serve and who have served, and families of those who have served. Being in the military is a major sacrifice, one that we should all recognize and appreciate on other days, not just today. Today is also a birthday of a good friend, Dan Plagle of the Squish Show. You've seen him in the Fragaboom room. He's one of the dudes, longtime dude, one of the first guys I met when I moved to Southern California. It's also my late Uncle Bill's birthday. He's my favorite uncle. He passed away back in '91. I think about him often. I'm a big fan of 1111, so much so I have it tattooed on myself. I'll show you. It's on my wrist. Let's see. Where is it at? There it is. Kind of out of focus. It's right there. It says 1111. Right there. Anyhow. It's been a day. It's been a whirlwind of a day. I'm a little bit tired. Wanted to say thank you for being here. You early guys always warm my heart with the fact that the show is on for like a minute and we get a bunch of you cats in here stay in long term, which is amazing to me. So today I've decided to create a sort of a theme, which is the Couchdoodles Doodle Dojo. I've talked about it in previous videos, none of the live streams, but I go through different parts of what I call the whole mind drawing system. It's where you use your left brain and your right brain. They both have different strengths, and when used in harmony with one another, you can come up with some really cool stuff. So today I'm sectioning off a little bit about the topic is a question I get asked a lot, and a lot of the times it's asked with, what are editors looking for in my samples? Or what should I draw? What should my portfolio have in it? Essentially, they're all the same question. And what I did when I was a kid, after I'd gone to a bunch of comic book conventions and got feedback from editors, is I started writing the things down that I noticed that they were looking for, and the picture became very clear. And hopefully, my breaking into comics at an early age will vet some of the truths in what I have to say, or maybe I'm a lucky guy and I'm full of, as Burt Reynolds' character in Boogie Nights would say, doggy doo-doo. How do you like my Heather Yellow Fragaboom shirt? I had these done up. They might still be available. I don't know if they are. I should start putting links in the description. I'm just so... I don't think the word you would call me is lazy. My day is chock-packed with being a dad, being a husband, being an employee of DC Comics, being an employee of Warner Brothers and CW, and of course my own corporation. Streaming here for you. I'm your awesome host. Not as humble or eloquent as our friend Ethan over there at Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Big shout out to him. Big love to our buddy Will Perdomo. Will Perdomo is going to be working with me on Black Flag, and he's going to be coming on probably Thursday night. So we have a really great week ahead of us. We have Ryan Stegman on Wednesday. We have Will Perdomo on Thursday. I should be attending the Marble City Comic Con in Knoxville, Tennessee this upcoming weekend, so I'll be driving up there the afternoon of Friday. So I will, if there's a good connection, I will do a short live stream from Knoxville, Tennessee, from the hotel. I'll have Lily Bell with me. This is a first father-daughter road trip, so I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, let's go to the boombox to see how y'all dudes is doing. Let's take a look. Yo, Michael Green. Estrella, what's happening, lady? You made it. That's awesome. Nathaniel, hello. Chauncey, hey, I got a little story about Chauncey. Hopefully you don't mind me putting you on the spot, man. I just was checking my Instagram at the perfect time. It said Chauncey was going live. So I said, I gotta go see what Chauncey's up to. So I clicked in, and lo and behold, I see him making a wonderful drawing of Gorilla, Mr. Ben Davis from Black Flag. And of course, he didn't know I was there. And then I said, what's up? And then he's like, oh no, you weren't supposed to see this. But like you said, the universe has a funny way of working. I was supposed to see it, especially the way it happened. Let's see. Youngblood Zero says Sammy J. Chris, how are you, sir? Kevlar, how are you, man? Oh, Comic Artist Pro Secrets. It's been a hell of a day. I'm glad you're here. We should catch up. I got a lot to catch up on, my friend. What's up, Rodwell? What's up, Papa Keanu? It looks like Keanu, but it's Kinesu. Hopefully I'm saying it correct. What link do you want up? I can do it. Well, Couchdoodles.com has like some cool shirts and stuff. I don't know if it's on there, but if you guys want to check it out. Been missing things. There you are, Jason. How are you, Mr. Yaki? Can we get a little freestyle? Namaya, man, you're asking. Maybe I can. Like, I try to make the music ones music. I make the music, the comics. Eventually, we'll do the variety show where the rap and the comics will collide, and there'll be music videos and things like that. Chauncey goes live when I never tune in. Yeah, man, it was a weird time of day too. Yeah, EVS. If you got like 10 minutes after this stream, we'll talk. Anyhow, so today's episode, I wanted to do exactly what I say this show is about, which is enlightening and empowering creativity in everyone. And I find that I'm empowered by talking about it. I find that the best way to learn about something is to teach it, right? So every time I have to explain some of the things I come from, I find new insights within it. And I also find things that are perhaps vestigious and need to be tossed out. So hopefully you guys are ready for this. What's happening? Matt Cisco? Saw that you backed the Ethan Van Sciver cover. I got to see that. It's very nice, very accurate gun, very cool stuff. I like it. Okay, so the question I get asked a lot is, what should be my portfolio when I go and show them, or what should I have on my online portfolio, etc., etc. And we all love pretty drawings. They're all great. And an average editor sees a lot of samples during a convention, probably upwards of about 50 samples. So what is it that's going to make yours stand out? Number one is getting into the head of an editor. Okay, the idea of a pinup or a cover, or saying I want to go in as a cover artist, is great, but pinups and covers are really hard to come by until you get to a place where they feel like your cover is going to sell something. The only way that's going to happen is if you have a track record, and the only way you get a track record is to break in. And the way you break in is by having nice samples and not just pinups. So you don't, number one, that depending on the editor, some people read into that, oh, only pinups, this guy thinks he's a pinup guy. Okay, there's that. Also, it doesn't show a range of your abilities. And as a comic book artist, you are supposed to be telling a story and pulling out emotional responses from the reader. So you're either eliciting grief, anger, excitement, thrill, all of the above, outrage, right? Some of them are outrage, all of the above. And some comics have all of that stuff in them, right? So what you have to do is say, what's my way of proving that I know how to show the gamut of how things could be if you hired me based on my portfolio? Number one, the hardest thing to draw for a lot of people is everyday moments. And so I always say start off with an everyday moment. Always start off with an establishing shot. Always say where the story's taking place. And I'm going to give you generics, and then I can give you specifics. Start off with an establishing shot of where we are. Unless you want disorientation, it could start off that way. Maybe you're clever and disorientation is how you get into this. But just follow me on this. Establishing shot, normal everyday moment, preferably between two characters or more. Perhaps somebody is watching TV or their phone. Someone's doing yoga next to them. They're eating cereal, watching the iPad, the same iPad that someone else is watching. Doesn't matter. They could be playing table tennis and watching the TV. It doesn't matter. But everyday moment and human interaction in an everyday setting is what you want to go for. If you go spaceship and they're floating and it's all dynamic and all that, that's cool, but you're defanging what you're going to show later. So you want to show an interesting take on the mundane, okay? But they have to be watching TV or looking at their phone. You can modernize it, doing whatever. A report comes on, an interruption comes on that some sort of something, some sort of bad thing, an alien, a supervillain, whatever, is, if this person lives in the suburbs, this thing happens in the city. If the person lives in the city, this thing happens in Central Park. The idea is to show contrast between environments, okay? So this bad thing is happening. They say goodbye to the person that they're in this mundane situation with. Better if it's people that have affection for each other. So it could be cool hand things if they're buddies. It could be a quick kiss. It could be whatever. But it's a goodbye greeting, one that has emotion. Doesn't have to be marqueed, but it just needs to demonstrate that quiet, subtle, everyday thing can be drawn. Now that character changes into their respective superhero garb. If it's the Punisher, you can do the classic Batman or Rambo headband, hand grenade, whatever. Doesn't matter. But if it's Superman, he goes into the phone booth. If it's Batman, he goes to the Batcave. If it's whomever, hopefully you understand. If it's a Power Ranger, they all go and form a team. Depends on what job you're trying to get. So you also want to tailor your samples to the publisher you're showing your stuff to. And this is applicable for action comics. It's applicable for all kinds of things. So your hero leaves their destination in a dramatic way. You cut to this menace, this threat in this contrasted situation. It could be, like I said, if it could be happening in the city, if we just came from the suburbs, or it's happening in a park if we just came from some buildings. This threat should be fantastic. If it's the Green Goblin, have it be big and loud. If it's a big giant alien, a Fing Fang Foom, a Godzilla, whatever, make it big. Show people in distress. Show destruction. Preferably have some water and dirt. So if let's say it's the Hobgoblin or the Green Goblin, he swoops down past some water and it splashes, something like that shows that you can draw water effects, nature, normal pedestrian people. Not everybody's buff, not every face looks the same. Preferably have them pick up a car or a bicycle, some sort of everyday object. Our hero arrives. They have a fight. This is where you show off, hey, this is my fight choreography. Make it clever. If it's Spider-Man, have him swinging up and behind and perhaps sticks to the Green Goblin and he's water skiing on that same lake that we were talking about. Or if it's, the Punisher, it happens in a parking lot and you do some John Wick style stuff. It doesn't matter. But what matters is that you're showing this conflict in a very dynamic way. Then you have to show resolution to the person getting beat. Maybe the cops come in and clean up the mess, whatever, and then end it with a little comedy beat, or their significant other person joining them but it's best to end it on a comedy beat. And usually this should take no less than 5 pages, no more than 10. Generally 8 is a good one. And all that stuff I told you, you might have been thinking, oh, splash shot, big panel, whatever. Well, that's the other thing too. I don't know if you watch any of the McFarlane comic book greats, but he talks about having the least amount of bullets in that editor's gun. He doesn't want to hire you, he wants to kill you. And the way he kills you is by the mistakes you make or the things that are not good. So you want to make it out unscathed, definitely alive, right? So have your storytelling paced out, knowing that you're going to that action. Think of the thing as a whole. I gave you the parts, but think of the thing as a whole, how smaller moments leading up to a bigger moment makes that moment bigger. Your choreography, you can handle it in different ways. Maybe that's where your splash is. Maybe your splash is when your hero arrives. Maybe, maybe your splash is somewhere in the action. Maybe you're doing that Zack Snyder, time ramp where it goes fast and slow with a big fish-eyed lens shot. Who knows? But what I took you through for that sample page is you can draw every day. You can draw civilian interaction. You can draw the interior of a living space. You can draw an exterior of a living space. You can draw 2 types of environments. You showed you can draw something fantastic with an out of this world alien type or a crazy sort of thing. You don't want to have like Superman fight a Superman-like character or Batman fight a Batman-like character. You want to have the let's put it this way. You want to have the salad bar that an editor wants to eat everything from. Oh shit, he draws quiet moments good. He or she draws quiet moments good. Man, look at the way they draw that breakfast cereal that so-and-so is eating. That makes me hungry. Whatever. They can draw a soft moment with that goodbye greeting. They could draw that person changing and ramping up the action. They can draw people in distress. They can draw trees. They can draw effects. They can draw a fight. They can draw create moods that go from mundane to exciting to a denouement that resolves and slows down. You're showing in this one span that you can do all of these things, which is like your toolbox. Because if you show action, 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 and then you get in there and they're like, 5 pages of this is like, the beginning of Labyrinth where the person's babysitting and you got to draw a babysitter that's stressed out with a crying baby and you're like, oh shit, what do I do? Because I've never done this before. These are the things that you need to show and prove you can do. And that way your editor has confidence in you. So hopefully that fills in some blanks. Any questions would be appreciated. Let's just jump back and see who's in here. Let's see. Just relaxing tonight, says Matt Yaki. Well, Matt Cisco, Black Flag is going to be a lot of fun, man. Boom Room or Boom Tube. I like Boom Tube too, because Boom Tube is like what the New Gods use, and I think that's cool. Art directors also like the guts of things, nice layouts and such. Absolutely, but perhaps you could show that process. That's not a terrible idea if you had process in there. That's actually pretty cool. What up, Leg Kick? How are you, man? XYZ, good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a few days. Captain Hiltz, hello. You gotta go, Estrella. Take it easy. Good to see you. Have fun in your Hawaiian land. Must be cool. Jason, how are you, sir? What up, Star? Luke. All right. Just ordered a Fragaboom shirt. Let's see what happens. Hopefully you still got some. It should. We have multiple colors and things. What up, Skull Diamond 94? How's it going? So that's kind of in a nutshell, the idea of how to prepare a perfect sample package or a portfolio for an editor. Now, the other thing that I have that I used to teach back in the year 2000 or so. I used to teach at this Orange County art school in Santa Ana, and I taught comic book layout and theory. One of my favorite assignments that I used to give to my students was to take the idea of one scene in one scenario and to tell it a few different ways. And the scenario was this: a man in the morning walks out in his bathrobe and gets his morning paper. He opens his morning paper. He reacts to it. It's one page. The way I asked them to convey it, though, is I want one to be suspenseful. Come up with reasons why going out there and getting the paper might be a scary thing. Something that's heartwarming, sort of Pixar-ish. What did he see in the paper? Was it a story you can tell on his way to his paper? Maybe his dog was missing a leg, and he gets to the paper and they made new improved doggy legs, who knows? But it's supposed to be one of those uplifting ones. One of them is just straight up slapstick comedy. And one of them is to make it carte blanche, the most dynamic, interesting way of that action happening. Now, the reason I gave that exercise was that it would push people's brains into realizing that you can have one set of action in one moment, and depending on the way you lens it and the way you sequence it, you can evoke a different emotion each time. So we see that in real life on those trailers that they take and they re-edit and add music to, like Shining. This is Jack. He's a frustrated writer. They put that funny VO over it, and all of a sudden Shining is like this heartwarming family movie. We can do the same thing with pictures and context. So that's another assignment that I like to give out. Spartan Scotsman, hello. Oh, excellent. I miss Larry Stucker so much. If you see him, tell him hello. I know he's been doing his epic cam and all that stuff. I'm feeling a bit better. I feel a little bit of something happening in my chest, but, Dan, have you ever done any ink wash? Would love to see your technique. I do ink wash. In fact, all of The Grave was done in ink wash, and I'll tell you what my technique is, and then I'll show you in a future episode. But basically, I have one of those watercolor dishes. I'm gonna go get it because I know where it is. It's over here. You guys jam to that groove. All right. See if you can see it. You've seen one of these before, I'm sure. Every art store has them. They range anywhere from 50 cents to $3 depending on where you go. Don't ever pay $3 for one of these. They make them in plastic. They make them in aluminum. I've even seen them in glass. I like the plastic ones because you can travel with them. I used to, when I did The Grave and was doing a lot of traveling, these went with me. So what I do is I get water, preferably purified water like bottled water, and I fill each of these reservoirs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 of them. A lot of times I wouldn't get to 10, but I'd still do 10 anyway. This one being the darkest, going all the way around to the lightest. So what I would do is I would put 2 drops of ink, and I'd fill all of these with water, 2 drops of ink, 1 drop of ink. So then what I do with that 1 drop of ink is I would slowly trail my brush through these like this, and I would literally go, and by the time I trailed it through, I got this almost perfect gradient. As I dragged that brush and stirred it and stirred it and stirred it, I'd get this perfect gradient. So then the next thing I would do is I would tape down whatever I was working on, and I had these watercolor trading cards. Tape them down so they were nice and tight and couldn't buckle up. And this was practically clear. I would almost never use that. This is a little foggier. I'd usually start roughly around number 4, which was a nice gray, and I'd lay down my lightest of the values that wasn't white. So I'd lay that in. I have a hair dryer. I blow dry that. I'd go to the next value. Do that. Same thing all the way through until I got to the darkest value if I needed it. And then the last thing I would do is get Doc Martens Pro White and do any sort of little highlights or glints or separations. That's how I did the grave. That's how I've done pretty much all the ink wash that I do. Yep. Let's see some more questions in the Fragaboom box. Let's see here. Making comics. That's great, Skull Diamond. I will have to watch the replay. I love that you are sharing insights for us. Comic pages are typically drawn on 11 by 17 board. Imagine 10 by 15. That's right. Any art extends to the 15 border is considered full bleed. Yeah, nope, that's right. And one of the things I would recommend doing, it's really easy to do, and perhaps, again, I need to make like a packet, like, and put a link in my description of packets of things for you guys to get. But what I did before I had DC paper, and before I got a bunch of this image paper from Rob, is I would go online like Pinterest, and I'd look up comic pencils, and I'd find guys like Capullo and Dave Finch, and you could still see the borders on things. So know that if you know that you create a document in Photoshop or in on your iPad or whatever, you can take that in and then recreate those borders yourself, which is what I did initially when I was doing my layouts. So at least you have the proportions right. And depending on your printer, or if you go to FedEx or something, you could print out a bunch of blanks. You give them your Bristol board, you give them that file, and they can print it on that paper for you. It's a lot better than that Blue Line Pro stuff. I'm not gonna trash talk, and this is in no way a disparagement, but for my experience as a professional comic artist, anytime I've ever used anything other than deleter nibs, I'm going to take deleter nibs out of the equation and the brand deleter out of the equation. But for anything that says, for comic books, whether it's like Blue Line paper or a pen set or whatever, it's never worked out for me. It might work out for you, but my personal recommendation after trying it out is that it was not for me. And the best way to do it is to find a paper that you like. That's what I did for the grave. I tried several. That's why I have, and this is not a plug, it's sort of a plug because I want you guys to get them, but the Couchdoodles art book that's over there at Airship Notebooks has paper in it that I curated because I wanted to make sure the materials I use would work on it. And then I initially started talking to them about finding a book that I would want to work on, and basically have forever. So anyway, rewinding back to the Bristol board thing. Find a paper that you like and works for you. My favorite happens to be made by Fabriano. It's Fabriano Artistico 120-pound hot press. It's a watercolor paper, but it takes ink really well, but it takes ink wash really well too, so you can really multi-purpose it. I got a bunch of 5x7 sheets. I have boxes and boxes of them because I have plans for those sheets of paper. Because that's, if I was a hoarder, the thing I hoard, and anybody that has been to my studio, Matt and Yaki will vouch for this, I hoard sketchbooks. Like, I have tons of blank sketchbooks, and I've made a point to stop doing it, and eventually they'll probably end up going out to you guys. But anyhow, that's what my thing on paper. Let's see what else we got in here. I know Dark Horse head scripts for Pencilerism was a ghost one, I believe. This was years ago. What's up, Gil? How are you, man? Martyr Media. To do a double page spread, you take two 11 by 17, cut a half inch on the left and one on the right, and tape together. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. And there's trim lines. You can see them on DC and Marvel paper where you can take an X-Acto blade and trim them up, or one of those sheet cutters. Yeah, I use a paper plate. Let's see here, Kevlar, more civilized than mine is seen in my Liefeld piece. I liked your Liefeld piece, Kevlar. That was rubble from Bloodpool, if I recall correctly. Did you have to keep sketch paper for the washes? Mine keep getting all wavy even though I'm using Bristol. Nathaniel, the secret to that, and this is what I do, is I have this acrylic ruler. I've showed it on streams before, but it's a see-through roller that has a grid on it. They're really cheap. You can get them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Aaron Brothers, Dick Blick, wherever you can get them. I'll put a 1/4 inch border around the entire sheet of paper, and then I get artist tape, and I line the tape up with that edge, so I have this much holding on to the paper and then that much holding on to the surface it's on. And I found that all waviness and buckling doesn't happen because it has nowhere to budge or nowhere to go. What up, my dumb question? I just folded my my shirt from your show this morning. I love that shirt. I wear it often. Let's see here. I use those little plastic serving cups they give you at restaurants. For circles, I have a circle template. Let's see. I'm going to do a short film. Can you give some tips on storyboarding? Yes. My dumb question. My tips on storyboarding is that they're a different animal than comic books. The thing you need to do... storyboards are a tool, okay? And they're a tool for telling a story, but they're also for working out ideas to deal within the confines of your budget, and whether you need effects or whatever it might be. So your short film, what you want to do is you want to board the scenes that you feel like need the most communication, or, again, their utility. If it's to get funding, for example, you want to board the stuff that's most exciting, that'll get someone to open their wallet for you. If it's to communicate to your crew, you want to communicate scenes that aren't easy to just tell them, we're doing this and moving into a dolly move that goes into a push that's going to go, but why? Some people aren't visual. They work in a visual medium, but they need to see it on paper. Study, there's a couple of books. There's the Visual Story by Bruce Block. That's a good one. I don't know the author of this next one I'm going to mention. It's called Rapid Viz. There's another one called Framed Ink. And then there's a classic called The 5 C's of Cinematography. Another thing that I recommend is to find some of your favorite films and find a scene that you like. Let me rewind. Learn the vocabulary of what shots are and what camera moves are, because that's going to help you when you study. So you need to know what a over the shoulder is. You need to know what a clean over the shoulder, a dirty over the shoulder, a wide, medium, bird's eye. Like, some of the terms are the same in comics as they are in film. A dolly move, a dolly pan, a banana pan, a swoosh, a dolly zoom, like those sort of things. A single, a cowboy shot, like all those things. So then you're going to find your favorite scene or scenes, and you're going to sketch them one by one. You're going to look at it, and anytime the angle changes, or if there's a camera movement that goes up to down or pushes in or goes from like this, you're going to draw. Anytime the camera changes or action changes, you're going to pause and draw that thing. Then once you're done, you're going to write down what each of those shots were. Medium profile tracking shot, medium frontal lead tracking, rear, follow to a pan, that sort of thing. And then you're gonna think about the context of the scene, like what's happening. This is an explorer. Let's come off of a mountain that looks like the Paramount logo and get to a guy's face, and then pan with him and see the jungle that they're going up into. That's one shot, but it's very divisive. Oh, we're Paramount. We're changing. This is real. Oh, this is guy's an explorer. Oh, this is where he's going to. You know, what do these shots? What information do each of these shots carry for that scene? So that's my quick of it. I mean, I could do a whole 2 weeks on storyboarding, but that's my real quick of it. I've done that same thing, but ain't idea why the page measurements vary depending on publishers. I don't know, Alex. That's a good question, because I noticed, my Image paper is slightly different than my Marvel paper, slightly different than my DC paper. If you're doing your own thing and you're doing samples, whatever, it doesn't matter. When you're doing your own thing, you're gonna go with what your preference is. If you're doing it for a publisher, they're gonna send you their paper. And if you're gonna do samples, no one will be like, man, this is the fucking most awesome Batman story I've ever seen, but we can't hire you. This is on the Marvel template. Bye. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna go, man, this is dope, and they're not gonna care about that. So I think it's a great question, Alex. Like, as far as like, I wonder why, and because when it comes to pre-pressed, most of the time they're going to the same printer and all that business. So, not sure. And I think, speaking of printers, I got a DHL notice today on my phone saying that something from Canada is coming, and it looked like a printer. So maybe my He-Man comic books will come tomorrow, and if they do, how cool is that going to be? We're going to show off the book before the book happens. That'll be exciting. Hopefully they won't get mad at that. I want you guys to see how cool, and I want to hold it in my hands. That's like the best part. Like, seriously, the best part is when you hold your comic in your hands and you're like, this is a magic trick. That's one of the reasons I got into storyboarding so much is I felt like it was a magic trick, especially animation stuff, and certain directors like Joseph Kahn. A lot of the times our vibe and the way we work together is so good that by the time it airs, it's amazing. It was nothing, then it was words on paper, and then it was a conversation, and then it was on paper, and then that thing got executed, and then it's in the world, and you're just like, oh my gosh, that it feels like a magic trick. It's a good fun thing. Suddenly I don't feel bad about all the blank sketchbooks in my own studio, says Luke. Yeah, man, I'll tell you what it is it's I like potential, right? Like when I buy a set of pens, I go, you're going to be some great drawings. The ink inside you is going to become awesome drawings. And when I buy a sketchbook, I go, this sketchbook might be the one that my next cool thing happens in. It's silly mind stuff that we do, but I think that's my problem is I'm investing in potential. Comics and sequential art by Eisner is fantastic. That is right. When you copyright, do you submit artwork with a written story? Yeah, but you also don't want to make it too dense. You want to basically submit your point of difference than the rest of the world, right? This is my guy. He climbs on walls and spins webs, but he's not Spider-Man because it's a turtle and his suit is this and he, whatever. But you don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of the story. You only need to get a synopsis and sort of point of differences. Matt Yackey, you coloring comic books right now. Good one. Awesome. Thank you for the tips. And if you ever need another shirt, please let me know. I got you. My dumb question, yes. My answer is yes. I have that charcoal gray one. I don't know what other if you have other colors, but if you have any other colors, that'd be good. And right now, I'm trying to lose some weight. I've lost 17 pounds, 18 almost. I got another 30 to go before I get to where I'm gonna get going to. But yeah, I love that shirt, dude. Love the hat, love the shirt. Citizen Kane helps a lot in the study of storytelling. Absolutely, Citizen Kane is great. The master, though, I'm going to tell you, is Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg, especially in his later stuff. And I know a lot of people go, Spielberg was better in the 80s. Cool. He's a better storyteller now, though. And I always use this example in my storytelling class. It was from War of the Worlds. And you're watching a news story, and suddenly a hand comes into the frame and turns off the TV. And you see the reflection of Tom Cruise's character's son in the television set. And he's pissed off. And just in the reflection of the TV, the camera pulls back, and you see Tom Cruise standing there arguing with his son. They had, you got the information of the news report, you got the dad's hand coming in, and the attitude of the dad coming in. You see the son's reaction, and you get the interaction between the two in one unbroken shot. That is where it's at, man. That's economy. It's clever, it's fun, and that man knows how to stitch his sequences together. Let's see. Got that too. Tomorrow is my birthday, Akuma. Happy birthday to you, man. He-Man, the sneak peek. Let's hope it comes, dude. I mean, I don't know. It just said DHL, the shipment should arrive on the 12th. And then I'm like, who the heck is that from? I don't order anything, and I never order through DHL. And then it said something Quebec. Like, excuse me. That's where a lot of books are printed. I wonder if it's my books. Seems like it might be. That'd be great. Because he's a frog. There you go. Ethan knows what's up. Cyber Frog. I'm coloring He-Man and working on a book for Verotic. Matt Yackey is doing a great job on He-Man. Plenty of colors available. I gotta take a look. Sam Raimi is a master. I would have to say you're spot on with that, Mr. Van Sciver. Though, Spider-Man 3, I don't know if he just was like, I'm done with this. It could be that, but emo disco Peter and the musical numbers and every action scene basically being falling and punching. They try to put too much into one thing, and it got repetitive. And you know where I report those repetitive things? I go to the Department of Redundancy department, and I file my complaints and my grievances and the things I don't like. The master of the universe is He-Man. I got a DHL from DC Comics to my old house. Just left it there. Don't care. Hopefully, Ethan, you have some time after this. Be in about 45 minutes. Thank you for joining. So, like I was saying, we got 34 people in the chat. Fragaboom box with Boom Tube. I like Boom Tube because again it brings up the King Kirby's Fourth World. How cool is that? And just when you thought you saw it all and saw the different takes, that darn Tom King does his Mr. Miracle Run with Mitch Gerads. I keep bringing it up, but I'm telling you, that thing rocked my world. Just because of the different take on storytelling and just the family life and what it's like to be basically the son of Darkseid, living in a regular world, dealing with war. That's to you, my friends. That is to you. Rooster Puncher. Gotta get you on, man. Gotta get you on. Maybe even tomorrow. What do you think about that, Rooster Puncher? You down to be on the stream tomorrow and talk about Voidwalker? Do a little sneak peek of the new He-Man? Then I can say my week's roster is awesome. Have good old Rooster Puncher tomorrow if you're down. And then Mr. Ryan Stegman of Absolute Carnage fame will be our Wednesday guest. We have Will Perdomo. He is my co-writer on Black Flag Pineapple Perception. I'd like to introduce you guys to him, hear a little bit about where he comes from. Very, very fun, intelligent man. If I understand this correctly, I only need to submit character turnarounds and a brief character description. Yes. Because the scenarios and like the scenarios and story, if they're pertinent, again, it's the point of difference. Like if you say, this is Spider-Man, bitten by a radioactive spider, fraught with guilt after his uncle was murdered, and wouldn't have been if he had done the right thing. He vows to fight crime because with responsibility, or great power comes great responsibility. But boom, the end. You don't need to be... And then the first issue, he encounters the Fantastic Four. And in the second issue, encounters the Vulture and the Tinkerer. You don't need to do any of that. You could just say, this is this person, this is how they came to be. This is this person, this is how they came to be, and so forth. So, like I said, you want to basically show why you're copywriting it and why there's a point of difference that make yours unique unto your own creator, the creator self. Brain fart. Excellent. So we're gonna do some drawing today. You guys have any sort of hopes, wants? I know somebody wanted me to freestyle. That was just one person. That was only one person asking for some freestyle action. And the thing is, the next time I freestyle on this show, it's either A, going to be an all music episode like the live stream was this weekend, or B, it's going to be one with Ethan Van Sciver, and he's going to play keys, and he's going to sing, and I'm going to rap. I think that would be great. And Ethan, if you're in this chat still, man, I'm serious about that. I think that would be fun. I think that would be a lot of fun. No problem, Mr. Ty. My pleasure. My pleasure completely. But yeah, if any of you guys have any sort of wants or hopes, drawing suggestions, we will get her done. I can fire up the deal. Old school soldier with modern tech. That would be Sniper, man. Spawn. Nah, man. Nah. No Spawn, Mr. Bruce. I think I could probably do tomorrow. Let me know. When you know, I'll either do it via StreamYard if you're coming, and I'll do it this way if you're not. Dude, today was heavy. I see you saying today was heavy, man. Ethan said, Ethan, what are you saying? It would be the worst thing imaginable. Us doing a duet? Dun, dun, dun. Slick Rick, I tried the I'm the King of the Road speech on my cop friend. He said he'd arrest anyone who tried that because they're either drunk or on drugs. Oh, that's great. That's great. Draw Cyberfrog. I did a post on Facebook. I saw it. I did see it. Featuring EVS, What the World Wants. Slick Rick, do some Cyberfrog. I'll hit you up in DMs after the show. Sounds good. Cyberfrog, all right. I'm going to draw Cyberfrog. What do you think about that, gang? The boom tube, the boom box. I like Fragaboom box. Like I told you, I like the Fragaboom box because it brings hip hop and the idea of a like a penalty box. Except we're not in penalty. We're kicking ass. All right, so it's gonna be time. Me playing piano and singing while you rap. Man, don't be scared. I did a whole hour of just rapping and making music, man. It was horrible, but it wasn't the most horrible thing in the world. All right, this is charged up. That's good. Might be a train wreck, but an entertaining train wreck. That's right. Oh, dang. Me on beats and EVS throwing down some raps. We could battle rap, dude. That'd be fun. Be a lot of fun. All right, let me start up the iPad. Haha, wee wee. Let's go. We're in. All right. We are here on the iPad, acapella beatboxing. All right, let's first thing we got to do is let's go to Pinterest and find us a good picture of the frog. See, you can tell I was looking at some cool old school sculpture stuff. Okay, so if I type in cyber frog, I've only drawn him once back in, when was that, man? Was that 98? I think it was 98. That's a cool Cyberfrog t-shirt. That's a really cool Cyberfrog t-shirt. That's the Salamandroid. I know this Cyberfrog. That was the cover I did for Mr. Van Sciver way back in the day. It's got the Harris Comics. Look at that, Harris Comics. Did some fun stuff, and look at this. Look at this little connection right there. We got the black flag symbol up in the house. We got the Fragaboom cereal. 30 minutes or your mama. Suck my butt, Creed. Oh man. Crazy made it in there. A lot of black flag isms on this this particular Cyberfrog piece. Gotta get a real clean shot of the frog. Shoulder pads, metallic arms. And Salamandroid's cool as shit too. I mean, that shirt is a really good version of him. Do it! And the only one I'm missing from that run, Wax the Kodiak. Got fresh rhymes all day. Today is a Monday, okay? Monday, supposed to be a fun day, but it wasn't the one today. Oh, dang. Today was brutal. Today was crazy. Alright, let's see. Here, alright, back. There's the clean. That's that sweet image. First thing we're gonna do is grab the big chunky because I want to lay this thing out nice. Big chunk. That's my board. Go. See some more details. I got to get into the details of stuff. What up, Primal Rage? Thanks, man. I enjoyed working on the grave. Thought he caught a copyright strike. Slick Rick, if you're talking about me, I don't know what it was. It was the night that I posted the what do you call it? The Hard Times at RJ Burger, that MTV show that I'd worked on, that got popped like crazy quick. One, two, three. See, Ethan, you draw this guy all the time, so you know what and where everything is. So for me, this is new territory. He does have a knee pad. How do the feet go? Big and boingy. Big and boingy feet. I go by the name of Big and Boingy Feet. I'm drinking whiskey tonight. I don't know if you guys are down with the whiskey, but I am tonight, especially. Gonna take you to Whiskey Town. I like the way his toes do that funky thing. That's cool. It does that. I have to bring that down slightly. All right, I got my shape in there. So now I take this, reduce my opacity, create a new layer, get our beast pencil out, and we go to town. So it's 2 digits. See, this is all brand new for me. Well, not brand new, but it's been 21 years. Which is a long time, if you think about it. So these things go back into his arm. Okay, those connect up in there. Got it, got it, got it. I'm swiping Dan's drawing life. Don't know what you mean, man. Swiping it. I'm just drawing your character, dude. Looking at all the bits and pieces, how he's made up. His webbing is done like that. Webbing goes here, boom. What happens on the in-between? Looks like you put black in there. Let's do that. Reinforce that form. Some shadows underneath that. And all this tubing, what direction are we going? Yeah, towards. That's away. And now we're gonna go towards. Oh, I should have wanged out that pinky. Let's do that. I like what Ethan did there. Put this one down. Go. A little more black in there. Cool. What happens in the arm? It's like a black armor. It's different than the way he looked before. When he gives the girl the digits, he gives her the digits. That's funny. I'm gonna do my version of Cyberfrog. I realized something. I'm going extra slow because, and this is why working on He-Man is tough, is because when it's someone else's design and you gotta match it, it gets a little crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just Fragaboom it just a little bit, with all respect to his creator who is here with us right now. So. You're gonna like this. Boom, just like that. Just like that, we get that circle that we want. Thanks for you guys being patient. I know sometimes when you watch these, they're in time-lapse form, but then right now you get to watch these happen in real time. So it goes a little slower, a little bit slower, but I'm still fast, but definitely not as fast as those time lapses. Let's get into that face. It's got a little Ninja Turtle-y, sorta. All right. And that's just my coat. I'm not saying he looks like a Ninja Turtle. I'm just saying that in the things that I've drawn before that have the eye lap, the overlap of the eye and such. I remember the way McFarlane would draw the lizard. I remember when I did the Cyberfrog cover, I was thinking about the way McFarlane drew the lizard. Oh, I'm getting quiet again. You can tell I get quiet when I, as long as you don't say it reminds you of Battletoads. That's funny. I'm gonna go back to the way I drew them before. I want to take a look at the way I drew them again. There it is. I gave him crazy teeth. I drew his, yeah, I remember, like I said, I put those sort of McFarlane brows on him. Get this out of here. Drew him with the weird dots on him too. I like those. Here he's got like a zigzag where before he had like some funky dots. That's interesting. What's up, Peter? How are you, man? I'm drawing Cyberfrog upon the recommendation of the Fragaboom room. The boom tube. Working this belt out. Go. Go. That's right, he's got those. Totally forgot to put those things in there, those little spiky things. Excuse me. Here we go. Hopefully I'm not missing any other details. Yeah, he's gonna look a little sinister. Gotta make him look sinister. Gotta make sure I get those underwear right. Excuse me. Knee pads are different now, though. I remember before they were sort of box-like. Why not throw a little tongue action in there? Why the heck not? Uh-oh. Sorry about that. We almost dropped out a little bit. Excuse me. Then I do the old trick in a second, where we make the shine on this this thing sing a little better when we erase out parts of the rendering. Get this out of here. Get another cool picture. I like this one. Those lights, man, those are dope. EVS is serenading his frogs right now. Earlier you were talking about Fabriano Artistico Hot Press referring to their block pads. Yes, I was, D. Can the feet do that? Trying to see how the feet went. I wasn't sure. His toes are so weird. Got some funky toes, Mr. Van Skyver. What up, Mike Miller? How are you, sir? The members of the Boom Room requested a cyber frog, so I'm doing the best one I can. It's been 20 plus years since I've drawn him, so it's gonna definitely be an interesting take. And I do like Kevlar's idea of silhouette. That's a really good idea because it helps things go quicker. We said that backhand could probably use the silhouette treatment too. Come into create a new layer, go grab that chunky brush again, really knock some value. Merge that down. Clean up aisle. Cyber frog. There we go. There we have it. Real quick and dirty cyber frog. Not the best in the world, but not the worst. In fact, I almost feel like let's bring back Pinterest. Real quick. and we can grab some colors, right? Remember that trick I showed you guys yesterday? Take a screenshot. Do this. Import photo. That one. Now we have our little palette we can steal from. Go, okay, what's that green we need? We want that green. And what's green on him? This is, oops. So we need that other brush though. Painting, round brush. There we are, up that a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna do this crazy sloppy because that's how I roll. But he should be climbing up a giant bug. Man, you guys act like I got all the time in the world. Trying to do this as fast as I can. Definitely feel like I'm coming down with something too. Hopefully I didn't catch what Harrison has. Chances are though. That little man. Maniac. Then there's that sort of beigey, creamy beige. Right, and he's got the orange in his eye. Uh-oh, poop. Getting there, slow and sure. Like I said, I get impatient. I get real impatient when it comes to especially coloring. Some weird sort of glow, right? That red, pinkish red glow. Let me get that color. There it is. Put it in here. Put it here. Grab that green and make that green. Then grab the hotness of that right there. Boom, that's that yellow right there. That'll give us all those little pin light on the green. Get that dark green too. There it is. Bring the opacity down on that. I like the value, I just don't like the intensity of it. Then what we'll do is take that out of there. See this orange tone here coming up and under. come in with a blue. There we go. There's well, let's do a screen layer too. What am I thinking? Make this a screen, lighten, let's make it a screen layer. Go over here to airbrush. Let's find an airbrush. Artistic airbrushing. Soft brush, airbrush. Yeah, there it is. Bring that opacity down a little bit. There we go. And then if we wanted to do, let's do some background back here. You'll like this. Do you guys know the perspective tool in, let's just find a good color. What would go good with this? This purple. Purple maybe? Yeah, let's do purple. And say, on this we go fill layer, boom, that's that purple. That's okay. See how a bunch of that white that we had before is gone? That's easy to remedy. And we're gonna do it like this. Boop, boop, clear, bam, just like that. And then what we're gonna do is use that perspective tool that I was telling you about. So we're gonna go canvas, drawing guide, edit drawing guide, perspective. Want the speed lines to come from here. We're gonna turn on assisted drawing. We don't need to see the guide though. We get this real hot pink and just do this sort of thing. And yes, we're still dealing with some of that draw through, which is okay. We get this, pew, 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 pew. Let's get some hotter ones in there, pinker, hotter. Ooh, that's not pink, that's blue. I want this pink right there. We'll do that whole clear thing again. Excuse me, my goodness. Clear. Do some more up here. Oops. Dang it. This, get our drawing tool, and uh-oh, that's right, we're on assisted drawing, that's why. Turn that assisted off. Excuse me. Just use the old smudge tool here. You can see I'm going with this super rough and loose. Then we take this motion blur. I don't want a motion blur, I want a radial blur. Was that in there? Perspective blur, that's what they call it. Find this one here, grab that pink again. Are we still in that airbrush? Yeah. Anyway, here we go. Very, very fast version of our guy, Cyberfrog. And if I grouped all of these, which I can do, let's do this. Group. That needs to go up. Let's just forget about that. Let's go merge down. Nope. Let's not merge down. What I'm gonna do to this, you'll see what I'll do to this. I'm thinking of a master plan. So we go like this. Select, boom, this one, share as a JPEG. Yay. Yay, JPEG. Save image. Then we go here, photo, there it is. Bring that in there. Now we mess with it. You'll see what I'm doing. You'll see what I'm doing. I know I took the long road to this, but this is messing around as we go. There we go. There we have it. That's your quick and easy Cyberfrog for you from scratch if you guys want to watch that playback. For some of you new guys in here, the 121, man, what is happening there? That was very nice of you guys to jump in. Here, let's do time-lapse replay. Oh, because we created a new one, that's right. So let's go back to this one here. Let's do a time-lapse replay of this one, so we can see it from scratch turn into what it turned into. Be well, Leg Kick. Thanks for coming through. There we go, and done. Take that background out, and we good here. Anyway, there we have it, gang. There is your Cyberfrog drawing as requested. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I haven't drawn that character in 21 years, something like that. When was that, E? Was that 98? I don't remember when it was. It feels like it was 98, but I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it was even way before that. Mortal Thinker, smash the Fragaboom button and spread the love. That is a good one, man. Caesar sent us after he serenaded us. He sang to you. I told him I want a duet, man. You got Fragaboom playing in the background. I'm telling you, he puts the effort in on the keys. I'll put some effort in on the lyrics. I love the freestyle. This would be a dope trading card. Later, Leg Kick. Yes, Mr. Bruce. The frog always needs more tongue. Yes. Glad you enjoy the entertainment. Toxic Masculinity says Wolverine is gay. I think he's gay in the Flintstones way, like we'll have a gay old time. I'm not sure, because I've seen him get down with Mariko in Madripoor and other places. 97 was a good year. 1995. No, that's when we met. But the Cyberfrog, let me bring him back in. The Cyberfrog, as Christopher Walken would say, I'm gonna put a different background on this guy too. And in fact, I want to paint those. I'm gonna paint those whites in, because that drives me a little nuts that white wasn't back there. So let's start that broadcast again. We'll start the broadcast again and bring that screen back on. Hopefully it won't be too much of a pain in the ass. All right, so we go right into the color layer. Grab the white right here. Oh, let's go underneath it. Create a new layer. Go like that. Excuse me. Once again, hold me back, yeah. I have no idea what this is doing. I'm actually painting white underneath this. You guys can't see it though. So if I turn that on, you'll see that there's that white. But what I'm gonna do is create a new layer. Fill it See that? And then I come in with the eraser. Oh, hey now. Hey now. And I could take those extra bits out. Always interesting. Processes, they're always interesting. But here we go. There's our frog, our friend the frog. I hope you guys dig. This is where it's at. I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna sign it up just to call it done. Look at that. Bam. I'm giving you some of that Fragaboom, like the song says. That's it, you guys. We've been at this for an hour and 48 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed it, like I have. I am down to answer any questions. We open up for a Q&A. You guys feel free. I'm raising a glass of cask-aged bourbon. I get my bourbon cheap. I buy some of that garbage called Early Times, and I put it into a barrel for at least 5 weeks, and then it turns into Late Times, and it's delicious. More mystery. Santori-san. So yeah, definitely break some questions out. I can't do colors on my sketches. I'll show you my sketches one day. Send me that Procreate file, nerd. He may not now, but he will be. Hee be he. I don't know. I gotta catch up on some of these, man. You guys, that's the thing. Now I know what Ethan has to deal with when he's got 1,400 people in his. What is Ethan's rooms called? Is it called just the chat room? These things move so fast. EVS and Frags, Beastie Boy style. I think that would be nice, Ethan. You could be like Mike D. I was always an MCA guy. I was very, very sad when he passed away. I actually got to throw those guys some dap one day, just like this. My buddy Ray, Matt's friends with him too. My buddy Ray used to be dating Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas, and in 2004, the Video Music Awards came to town in Miami the same time I was working on Transporter 2, and Ray was playing for Ashley Simpson's band, so he had an engagement and couldn't go out. So Fergie asked me, because I was her married, nice friend that wasn't going to do anything, because that's the kind of man I am. She took me out, man. It was awesome. She took me to a Beastie Boys concert, got to hang out with those guys, slap hands with them, tell them how great they were. Went to a party afterwards. It's where I met my buddy Joseph Kahn for the first time. A friendship and a work collaboration was formed where we went down the line to do some feature film stuff, some commercials, some really memorable music videos. A lot of really good stuff. But that's what I think about when I think of Down a Fraggle Rock. That was one I used to be called FP Sonny. Fraggle Rock. That's one. It's a good one. It's a good one. Bourbon for the win. Hit the like button. Help the man out. Thank you, Toxic. Appreciate it. Do you have anything in the works for crowdfunding? Dallas Deadeye. I sure do. I have a book called Black Flag coming out. I'll be campaigning it soon. This is be on the lookout for this symbol. Be on the lookout for this sort of level of intensity with artwork. This is back in 1994 when the book first debuted from Maximum Press. Right now I've been getting my loyal followers these buttons. I only had 50 made, so if you drop a Fragaboom, you're a regular. You find out. Sometimes I say go harass Todd McFarlane and tell him to make some Black Flag toys. You got to do screenshots and such, and you send me the screenshots and I send you a button in the mail. But this is Black Flag. It'll be coming out. Keep an eye out starting at the beginning of the year. Currently, I'm working on He-Man for DC Comics. I've got a 6-issue miniseries coming out. It debuts next Wednesday, in fact, November 20th. So if you get into your local comic book shop, you'll see it. And if you tune in, my live stream comes on around 9 o'clock every night. Tomorrow, my comp issues come in, so I'm going to do a little sneak preview of He-Man Masters of the Multiverse 1. And then we'll talk some more Black Flag. And hopefully get Rooster Puncher in here talking about Voidwalker. Let's see. I'm going to give Masters of the Multiverse a shot. How's the writing? Not worried about the art. Captain Hiltz, the writing is fantastic. I don't know if you guys know Tim Seeley's work, but Tim, he's got Hack and Slash, he's got Money Shot, he's got Bloodshot out. The guy writes, it's like he teleported from the 90s and said, I'm going to write comics in the year 2019. And it's great. A lot of fun. Yes, I'm talking to you, Dan. Send me that Cyberfrog file. I'll send it to you, man. You're going to color it up all proper. Sketch Therapy does video game streams. Man, I miss playing video games, but I don't do it. Chauncey, Blakey asked, do you honestly believe an EVS duet will happen? I do, because Ethan is a performer, and I am a performer, and we could be like Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. I don't know who's who. Say, that girl is mine. I'm not sure, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. I could get that girl, Chris Rock. The duet will happen. Listen, y'all, it's Sabotage. Listen up, y'all, it's Sabotage. What a great music video. Those guys make great music. The chat is on its own animal, like you're singing center stage and the crowd mingles. It's no disrespect, but crowd develops a camaraderie and go off on their own conversations. I like that, man. That's good, as it should be. As it should be. I also like being able to talk. That's why when I open up, since I have 129, 130 of you guys in here right now, some nights I will put StreamYard up and I will post the link to the StreamYard in the chat window so you can join in and you can talk. You could be on camera, or like Sketch Therapy, he just has his mic on, the mystery man. He chills. Were you able to figure out Spawn paper stock yet? No. I need to get it. Who is John Del Arose? Is that John Del Arose? Isn't that mean of rice? No, that's something. Don Del Arose. Dom DeLuise, like the dude from Cannonball Run. Peter DeLuise's dad, the guy from 21 Jump Street. I don't know. You got me confused. I don't know what that is. Cool stream. Thank you, Alex Jones. 6 figures for Frega Black Flag. I want more than 6 action figures, man. I want like a playset. But I know what you're talking about. You're talking about money. And the thing about money is it's awesome. And I'll tell you why it's awesome in the case of when we make comics and sort of the idea that is floating around there. Some call it Comicsgate. Some of us call it independent comic book making, doing it our way, listening to you guys, giving you what you want. The reason why money is important is sustainability, right? I have, and you're going to see, I'm going to interview Ryan Stegman on Wednesday. I interviewed Art Taber last Tuesday. I put my guests through a series of questions. I have some pre-recorded one with guys like Rob Liefeld, Mike Mignola, Neil Adams, Dennis Cowan, Mark Bagley. And one of the questions I ask is if money was not a problem in your life. You're not a rich person, but if you had all your bills paid for, you woke up each day and the day was yours, how would you spend your time? My answer is making a graphic novel a year. I want to do one really great story per year, and this show that you're seeing right now, but with improvements. We have action tracking cameras, we have a green screen, we have pre-recorded stuff. A lot of people, they don't know what my schedule is. I'll let you guys know since we got a full room. I storyboard Doom Patrol for DC. the show. I also storyboard Legacies. I storyboard a show called Tales for BET. There's a new show on Apple Plus called C with Jason Momoa. I storyboarded that. Storyboard the Wu-Tang story on Hulu, American Saga, and I draw He-Man. So I'm a busy dude. But when things slow down, these pre-recorded things are going to start seeping their way in. The Rob Liefeld interview is 42 minutes long, guys. Might have to break it into 2 parts. It's a good one. I'm all about that whiskey and weed. Man, I'm all about that whiskey and weed myself. Apologies for anybody who's against it, but I can tell you wholeheartedly that it saved my life. I don't do anything else other than whiskey, wine, weed, and beer. And I find that I can operate quite well under those conditions. So I'm down. But is Henry Rollins Black Flag or Greg Ginn fraud, man? Check this out. You know what's crazy is back in the day, Black Flag got a cease and desist from the band. I have to admit, I knew who Henry Rollins was mostly for his spoken word stuff and like the pictures of him where his neck looks like a volcano. He's like, but I wasn't aware of Black Flag, the band. I was aware of Black Flag, the roach spray, and when I got the cease and desist letter, I had falsely assumed that it was from the roach spray because they're a big corporation. In fact, it came from the band, and they said, you can't use this name. What if we ever wanted to do comics, etc., etc., etc.? Okay, so I said, okay, cool. I actually stopped doing the book. I said, if it ever comes back, I'm going to call it Black Seed, and I was fine with that. I'm going to change the name, fine. But then I realized, hey, look, it's been 25 years. These guys have set a precedent of not doing a comic book called Black Flag. Therefore, comic book called Black Flag is the one I'm doing. Bam, done. That's how I feel about it. And if they want to send another cease and desist, then I'll say to them, where's this comic you said you might produce in 25 years because you didn't? So what am I supposed to do? Anyhow, that's better than Caesar's. Oh, you best be kidding. I'm a fox with it. Let's see. I think I can stream StreamYard. Swing StreamYard. Good. I hope so, Rooster. We need you. I got an idea. It's Frega Black Flag. Oh, yes, you got to work on He-Man. But after Black Flag, though, can't let the art die. The art looks sick, bro. Love to show me more. Yeah, sketch. Here's the thing, man. I'm before about a year and a half ago, for the 5.5 previous years, I worked for the toy company called Mattel. And for Mattel, I was a content creator and a director of their shows for Monster High, Ever After High, Hot Wheels, Max Steel, and Polly Pocket. So one of the things that was really great about working there was long-term thinking, how you develop something, how you campaign something, and also what are you going to do after. So regarding Black Flag, the sequel is already planned. It's being worked on as far as the writing. The way I'm going to do my books, though, is I'm going to do a Black Flag book. Then I'm doing a young adult book, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's called Switch. And then we're going to get into this crossover that I can't even tell you the name of, because if I tell you the name of it and you're a fan, you'll go, he's doing ha, and I can't let you know because it's the big 1-2 at the end of Black Flag. It's a big 1-2. Let me just tell you, it's the best 1-2. All right, Tim Seeley created B-Latches. B-Atches. New Bloodshot is pretty effing good. Yes, sir. Been streaming Baldur's Gate. Is that a video game? Elton John. It's been so long and we're around. So weird hearing him sing that. Say. I'm like 6 minutes behind. Brett Booth does a bang up job. Let's see if there's any quit. You could probably freestyle words with this many people chatting and throwing out words. Look at Mike Green trying to get me to freestyle. So I do freestyle. I do freestyle rap, and what I do is I'll take the words that you throw at me, and I'll take it to the beat, and I'll do that. I'll always happy to join. You consider an honor, privilege. Last time got to talk to Caesar himself. I can't express how happy that made me. Your gold in my book. I want Black Flag to make 6 figures. I would like it too, because that will ensure the success and my ability to continue to hire the people I want to work with. Like, I really, and he knows this, I want to hire Rooster Puncher. Really, very badly, I would like to hire Rooster Puncher, but I can't afford anybody other than my team right now. But money does provide and allows for expansion and such. So yes, I would like that. I would like that very much. EVS, thanks for having people come today, man. It's very kind. I love weed, says Mike H. Yes, it is good. Bagley's good, but his work lately seems phoned in. Love his stuff on Amazing Spider-Man and Ultimate. Maybe it is, but I mean, he's a busy guy. He's a Georgia guy. He actually lives pretty close, Bagley does. And did you guys see that X-Men cover he did? He did like a cover where he had to draw every single mutant ever. And it was like 400 and something characters on one big cover. I was like, man, that doesn't need to be done. Captain Hiltz is reading the Black Flag comics, the early 90s. Yes. Look forward to it every day. Sorry, man, I'm reading these so fast. Mr. Michael Green says, I love the consistency of the show and I look forward to them every day. I look forward to doing them every day. The sad thing is by the time I start my stream, I'm on the backside of my workday and I'm tired as shit. So this is me tired. This is when I'm tired. Weekends, I'm thinking of doing weekend shows a little earlier so we can get a little more pump. Man, I'm still 4 minutes behind on this chat. Cease and desist orders are so punk rock, very anarchist. Central scrutinizer. Amen to that. You know, I'm going to tell you a story about punk rock. Some kid asks a punk, what's punk rock? And the punk guy picks up a trash can, throws it against the wall and says, fuck the authority. And he goes, that's punk rock. And the kid goes, okay, picks up a trash can, throws it at the wall and says, fuck the authority. He says, am I punk rock out? And he says, nah, man, you just a copying ass bitch. So, punk rock, you gotta do it first. Otherwise, you're a copying punk ass bitch. Black Frag. Mike H, cool channel. Happy I sub. Night guys off to 4 a.m. in the UK. UK represent, man. Have a great sleep, sir. Thank you for joining in. We're looking at 11 p.m. here. Rollins' neck used to be wider than his shoulders, which is weird, right? It's like a funnel head. Funnel cake. Does anyone make G.I. Joe toys anymore? I don't know. That's a good question. I think to claim copyright on different mediums, they have to prove your work could be confused with Rollins' work and Black Flag about a band. No. Amen. Happy Veterans Day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. EVS was singing songs that Wolverine is gay. All right. Let's do it like this then. Oh, look, I'm seeing some words. All right. Thunderbird. Comic Book Bob, is that a rap word? Thunderbird, ain't you heard that it's a rap word? It's so absurd when I'm getting, hey, when EVS calls Wolverine gay, can I say Logan's got claws and he puts his paws up on them dudes' balls? I don't know, man. I don't know if Wolverine's gay. I feel weird saying he puts his paws upon the man's balls and pops them claws, all of y'alls. I must pause. That's just weird. How's Black Flag? What's the scoop? Black Flag returns in 2020. This is a level of intensity that I hope to match and surpass. This is my Grail drawing. Our guest on Thursday, Mr. Will Perdomo, is the proud owner of that piece, and he's working on Black Flag with me. Couchdoodles, did you guys haze John Mallon in his early extreme days? If so, how? A Man in Lunacy. I've never met John Malin. I know he did some work with Rob, but I don't remember him being part of the early Extreme days. Extreme as I know them, for me, began in '91, ended in '99. I think Malin came in afterwards, so I'm not sure. I mean, he would have been hazed. He would have been hazed. All of us were hazed. I can tell you, I was tased. I was tased once with a taser. With a taser. Jesus, that's a lot of mutants. It's a lot of mutants, man. A lot of mutants. Let's see. I punch my rooster about 11 times a day. 11. I can't punch my rooster, sadly. Not for like another 5 days, from what the doctor tells me. Let's see. Aldian says, I love Frega's stream setup. This is one of the setups. This is one of them. We have a StreamYard setup where it's just my fat head with headphones on talking to the guests, but working out that business. The thing I like about my setup here is I can drop graphics in. Everything that I'm doing is phone based, so I can, tap things in. I can do an A/B. Like, check this out. I'm gonna say this is A, right? This is A, and this is B. So up in the corner, you're getting to look at what my camera sees. Isn't that cool? It's like a fun stream. There's my glass of whiskey. There's my face light. See how I hide that up underneath my desk? You can't see it from your camera. And I'm looking at you guys. That's what you look like. So then I can also solo it out. It's a fun setup. It's got pluses and minuses. What I wish I could do, my favorite part about StreamYard is highlighting comments. I think it's a pretty cool thing. You need to request monetization so you can get super chat, says Jude. Jude, I'm with you on that. Except they changed the monetization policies back in February of last year. I used to be monetized, and then they changed the rules. And all my videos, I had a bunch of old videos. One that had like 30,000 views. It was an old Extreme Studios video, and that was like the one that said you're good enough for monetization. But now they want you to have 4,000 hours a year, and I don't yet. In fact, I think I'm at around 2,700 as of this morning. So to get to 4,000, I'm thinking by the end of the year I'll be around 4,000. Today is going to be a good day. Your EVS's crowd, you guys that came and showed up and showed improved, you're going to set my hours up, so I might even be ready before Christmas, which would be great. I would enjoy doing super chats. Just ordered an extra set of all the Black Flag issues just for the heck of it. Some nice reader copies to leave unbagged and laying around my house. That's how comics should be, man. For real. For real, for real. Paws and balls. Oh, see that? Let's see. Cracked up. Message retracted from Mikey Woods. Ah, man. John Malin's first book was Nitrogen. I don't know that book. Nitrogen is around 2003. Yeah, I was out. I was actually out of comics by then. You got any sale here? Some of us buy on the spot. Couchdoodles. You might start a bidding war if it's an original. Bring them out. You talking about what's for sale? And I don't know the rules of YouTube, man. Can you sell on YouTube? I don't know. I got one of my videos completely blocked the other day because I posted the animation that I did for MTV, and Viacom killed that video, killed it dead. So I just want to make sure I'm following the rules. Let's see. He got the snip. Slick Rick. Yep, I got the snip. Had to grab a whiskey and take a sip. Oh, damn. I straight up slipped because it was a banana peel. For real. What I'm saying. Rocking on this mic. Hey, no, I'm not playing. Yeah, no, I'm going to shoot the bats when Slick Rick chilling with his eye patch. Damn. Shoot. Slick Rick, I like you, man. You asked the question the other day, and I wanted to answer it, and I already forgot. It is No Nut November. That's right. That is right. Can I outdrink Cecil? Android 33. I don't know how Cecil drinks, but my mother's side of the family are Dutch, and they go by the surname of Andermar. They're drinkers, and it depends on what it is we're drinking. I can drink a lot of tequila. I can drink a lot of vodka. I can drink a lot of bourbon. I can drink a lot of wine. I can drink a lot of beer. I cannot drink a lot of them together. The only 2 drinks I've ever blacked out on are Long Island iced teas. I had 3 of them and don't remember anything. And Jägermeister. I don't do that because that's for kids. Alpha Delta, son. Join the V Club. EVS can't do that. I can't see one hazing Malin. Not sure if anyone can outdrink Cecil. Not sure. What app? I like to know how you do that high-tech boomer. Sir, teach us the magic. Well, it's a paid app. It's great. If you go to switcherstudio.com, Switcher. In fact, here's the thing. I'm going to put a link in one of my things because you know what? If you click on my link that I give you for Switcher, I'm part of an affiliate program. I haven't even utilized it yet, but they give me like 10% off if I send people their way. So hold off on going there. Do some investigation, but ask me for the link so you can help a brother out. But it's called Switcher. It works on iOS devices. You don't even need a computer to do it at all. In fact, right now we're running off of 1 phone, 2 phone, 3 iPad, and some Wi-Fi. You can even run it off of cellular as long as you use one of your cellular devices as a hotspot. The only thing you're going to need a desktop or a laptop for is chatting. But the problem with their chat feature, and you got to pay an extra annual fee to allow it, is you're only allowed 1 chat guest at a time, which is kind of tough. StreamYard allows 6, but StreamYard won't let you do pre-existing clips. StreamYard doesn't let you have 9 input devices. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of an ebb and flow to those things. You need to get Pet Scorpion because of glow in the black light. Oh, shit. What up, Chris Stanley? Thank you for the sub, my friend. I appreciate it. Most of us will be back to watch other streams. I hope so. 9 p.m. Eastern time. I try to go on every night. Sometimes I'm a little late. I have 4 kids, a wife, and a mother-in-law, and sometimes the daily life gets in the way. I colored nitrogen. I don't remember what year that was. See, Matt knows. Zoom in on that black flag sketch. I wish I could. Maybe I can. I don't know how to do it, though. I'll figure out a better way to get it. Hell yeah, you could sell on YouTube. We do auction shows all the time. Get paid today and PayPal in the mail to the buyer address that send the money. That's an interesting thing, man. I'll have some He-Man pages. My Black Flag stuff currently is not for sale because I have one piece that was a classic that I sold once. Well, here's the story of it. I gave it away to the guy who colored it. He sold it back to me about 5 years ago. There's a friend of mine that collects my work, and we have a deal that if he buys something from me and ever has to sell it, I'm the first person he comes to sell it back. So I sold him this piece, and recently he sold it back to me, and I have it. And I'm of the mind now that I want to hold on to it because it's one of those key pieces. Did Wolverine give me the snip? Yeah, I can do a rap about it if you want. Wolverine sound effects on claws go snick. He's the one gay Wolverine. Give me the snip. Vasectomy. He was sitting next to me. He's looking at my neck and he wanted to bite me. Wolverine is gay. Wolverine is gay. See, I got Wolverine's gay song about the snip. Just like that. Easy. Background sound so chill. FP Sony, thank you for saying that. Those beats that you hear in the background, I wrote all of them. I wrote them all in software called Logic. I write them with a drum machine and a keyboard and MIDI. And the reason I made these is so I could have music and a vibe without getting knocked. You know, necessity being the mother of invention and all. And eventually, I've made like 45 songs. I played some the other night on one of my music streams. I was like, oh shit, I forgot I did that. I like this one. So there's a couple, and Black Flag might even come with a soundtrack with some real lyrics on it. Let's see. Cecil drinks with a mask. That's how. Oh. Dan Frager would make a fortune auctioning his art on YouTube. I might. You know, if you guys want to see some art, Aldean. Hopefully I'm saying that right, because 2 L's in Spanish is a Y sound, so to be Adian. But I don't know if I'm saying it right. If you guys are on Instagram, go to Couchdoodles, and you could see a bunch of those sketches. I did a thing in 2014, 15, and 16 where I did a sketch a day, every day. So I have probably 400, 500 pieces of art just sitting in a box. So if you see one you like, I can dig it up. I have Kim Andermar's phone number on a piece of original art from you. Kim Andermar, you would like her, Mr. Green. She was a undercover police detective. She's a good lady. But yeah, she'll vouch for the fact that Andermar's they can put it down. It's hard to say what rules anymore on YouTube. I got video struck for a minute-long part of a trailer, disputed and won. They struck it again, the same thing. Shit is weird. Jägermeister is for young livers. That's why I said it's for the kids, man. Yeah, Switcher Studio sounds cool. I'll stay tuned for more. Appreciate it. I think the stream is some of that trippy jar baby game I was telling you about. It's insane. Fantagram. I'm small. FP Sunny. Yes. There are only 3 songs that I've ever made that used samples, right? And that Fantagram one, I'm small. I just love that. Dan 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 dan. I love that. I did a Fiona Apple song called First Taste, and then there was a Madonna song called Push that I liked. There was this sort of ambient drone that was going that I really liked. But I try to make all my stuff sample free. That way I can own it, and I can do whatever I want with it. I can put it on top of videos. I can put them in the background like you're having now. StreamYard seems gay AF. StreamYard's not, man. StreamYard is cool. StreamYard is cool, except for the fact you can't do preloaded videos. You can do an overlay that's 3 megabytes. But what is that? An intro? You're watching the Fragaboom show. Boom. That's it. I want to be able to, like, for example, I'm going to the Marble City Comic Con in Knoxville, Tennessee this weekend. And I'm hoping to bring my camera and shoot some stuff, do a little B-roll, cut it together, and then when we do our live stream, I'll say, here was our on-the-spot correspondent, Fragaboom, at the comic convention. Boom. And just drop it in. You can't do that with StreamYard. But I can't highlight comments. I love the fact that StreamYard highlights comments. Let's see what we got. You should show the time-lapse from last night so the new views can see the type of concept work you do here nightly. That stuff was real nice. Good call, Mr. Green. I know I'm like 4 minutes behind on these chats, dude. Which is gotta be a pain in your guys' ass. I'm doing the best I can to catch up. If I had a comment, someone to call out comments, that would be awesome. But I don't. Okay, so we're gonna bring in Mr. iPad. This is Mr. iPad. You guys can see last night's. So this is what I did last night. These are some characters that I was thinking about developing for Black Flag. I have these adversaries that Black Flag faces in the beginning of the book, and I have a brief idea of what I want to do. So last night's stream was dedicated to showing my design process. So that's this. JMS Raven, the 5th. Kind of wish they would drop the Wolverine is gay thing. Yeah, I know. I was just playing with a theme. I like Wolverine. Sketch therapy. I'll start bringing out some art. I think that's a good idea, man. I think that's a good idea. Black Flag teaser will go up. Leg kick, you're back. Black Flag teaser will go up soon. Zebulon Pike. Will Black Flag be available on Indiegogo when you launch in 2020? I think so. I want to go back and forth and get the full scoop, but right now it's looking like a winner. A lot of people have told me about it, and it seems like it might be the winner. Let's see. Man, you guys, there we go. Do you like digital pen and paper or pen and paper more? Also, Epstein didn't kill himself. No, he did not. Just bought Black Flag 1 through 3. You're going to need issue 0 because that's the key issue. Got that Liefeld cover. It's the origin of everybody. Answering Mr. Reed Troutman, do I like digital or pen and paper more? I prefer pen and paper, to be honest with you. I love the feel of a pencil on paper. I love the feel of an ink nib on paper. What I find, though, is I'm very impatient and I want to get things done. So I'll pencil digitally and ink. Traditionally, I'll print it out and ink it. That's how I did my G.I. Joe cover this past year. Same with the ones that Adelso inked. I did those digitally, sent them over. He inked them analog. My preference still is actual analog tools. It's just time-wise. I need to go quicker. What's that green thing? Jam Raven asks. It is a mutated service drone from Black Flag. Let's see. I'll probably fire it up and go a little bit. Get them early. Black Flag back issues are flying right now. IGG or both, Dan. Don't be a fool. I know we talked about this, man. So I'm thinking of going, like you said, doing IGG first. Justin McClure, you killed Epstein. How much they pay you, man? How much they pay you? How did you get the Black Flag Ashcan comic artist pro secrets, Mr. E, Hail Caesar, eloquent, humble, I forget all the sweet adjectives. You're good at it. You're like an Ed Pisker that's not a douche. Ed's not a douche. Ed's the shit. I love Ed. Choke that mother effer out. Rooster punched Epstein. Oh, man. Is Black Flag on Indiegogo or something like that? Aldian. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, man. It will be the campaign isn't until 2020. Here's some of that art. I know you want me to blow it up. I should blow it up some more. I wish I could zoom in on it. Maybe during StreamYard we can do that because I have a high-res printout on that computer and we can screen share. Get it while it's cheap. That's right. Ethan is saying it. Get it while it's cheap. In fact, some of them are in quarter bins. And I posted something about 6 months ago where I said my mission is to make anybody's investment, whether it's into my artwork or my creator-owned comics, whether it's Gear Station or Black Flag, that I want to at least quadruple your investment. That's my mission. And that's not my sole mission. My sole mission is just to do good shit. The byproduct is what I just said. Ethan killed Epstein for that ash can. Oh, man. Oh, man. High stakes pie trade. Ed Piskor blocks comics gators. Man, that's weird. Ed's a friend of mine. I'll have to talk to him about that. He's going to be a guest on this stream in December. So hopefully we can figure out and get to the bottom of that, because one of the things I'm learning about Comicsgate in general is there's a varying degree of misinformation flying around that makes it very difficult to assess any situation. From what I've seen so far, Comicsgate is about customer satisfaction and making great comics. That's what I understand. But if you buy in on some of the other stuff, the bigotry, misogyny, toxic masculinity, racism, and all that shit, if you're confused with that, then I can see why someone would be upset, because none of that shit's good, right? So I'll talk to Ed. Gotta go. My wife asked, aka Wolverine, is making me bring in the plumerias before it freezes tonight. Aka anyone that blocks John Malin can get the heck. There are a few absolutes in life, death, and Epstein didn't kill himself. Nice. If you don't buy whatever Black Flag is out now, getting them later will be more expensive. Same thing happened to Cyberfrog. Bam. Linkovich, you are right. Black Flag 0. That's the key issue, Ethan. And here's the other thing. This is what I'm gonna pull them out. Since you guys are here. I'm gonna pull them out and go through the Black Flag collection stash, so you guys know basically where to get your stuff and what stuff you need to get. Here we go. It's a kind of a hefty stack, right? Well, some of those are profits. Hold on. Let's get it out of here. Here we go. This is a bunch of it. I don't know if this is everything, because my kids mess with my rack. Okay. So this is the very first issue of Black Flag that came out. It came out through Image Comics. It was black and white. It was inked by the Todd father, Todd McFarlane. I drew it and Todd inked it up. This is the 0 issue here. This one was inked, the cover was inked by Rob Liefeld. It features origin stories of most of these characters. Here is the ash can that Ethan's talking about, and it's a black and white version of the first issue, much like the preview from see, Black Flag preview. This is the kind of stuff I do in there, really high detailed art. This is a rarity here, Extreme Hero. There used to be a magazine called Hero Magazine, and they were a lot like Wizard. There are 2 appearances in here. Hopefully the stream didn't die. It's looking like it died. Look at that. It says stream died, but we're here. We're back. This is issue 2. This is issue 3. I mean, look at this guy. That's Sniper. That's the main man. Big guns, big bullets, blood, splats, bandages, craziness. And then this, Ethan, this is the one that I wanted to talk about. This one is more than likely the gonna be the sort of grail of the Black Flag stuff, because this one has the lowest numbers. It's Extreme 0, and it also happens to be the very first appearance of Sniper. Rob Liefeld also drew this character, and our guest from last week, Art Taber, inked this cover, and I still own the very first page that Sniper appeared on. So that's sort of the run of Black Flag appearances. There's also a book called Asylum #5. There's a brief partial story in there, but that's where you're gonna find it. Toxic masculinity is a social construct. Hell, toxic masculinity. That looks great. I found a set of issues 0 to 3. You need a 4. 4 has 2 covers. Also, that's the other thing. 2 has 2 covers as well. There's a Stephen Platt variant on that. 2 has the 2 covers. 3 has the 1 cover. 4 has two covers, but they're the same cover. One is black and one is white. Issue 3 cover is one of my favorite covers ever. That one was a lot of fun. I just bought a trading card I've never seen from '94. You reminded me, man. Yeah, there's not a lot of those trading cards out there, but they're there. They're there. All right, you guys. It is 11:30 here in Atlanta. Well, I live near Atlanta. You've been watching the Couchdoodles live. I've been your host, Fragaboom, comic book veteran of 28 years, storyboard artist of, how many years has it been now? 16 years storyboarding. Such movies as Transporter, Dragon Ball, The Fighter, Seasons of the Witch, some other really not so great movies, TV shows like Doom Patrol, music videos like Taylor Swift, Eminem, T.I., Justin Timberlake, Beyonce. Also directed some TV shows. If you guys ever watched the Ricky Gervais show, the animated TV show, I directed 2 seasons of that. So that was my long intro. I am not a humble man, not like Hail Caesar there, but that's where we've been. That's where we've been. All right, then, you guys, we're going to close out. If you guys like these Fragaboom shirts, check out Couchdoodles.com. I got a bunch of different shirts and things. I know Sketch Therapy is like, yo, we're down to spin some loot. If you go to Couchdoodles.com right now, you can find t-shirts and some other crap on there. I know I tried out a phone cover and a backpack. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. My kid wanted the backpack. That's why I wanted to do that. It reminded me. It was a robot picking a flower. She loves me not sort of situation. Anyway, you guys have been awesome. So very awesome. Ethan, I'm going to call you in about 3 minutes because it's been a crazy day. Guys, thank you. We're going to close out with the Fragaboom theme song. And DMC from Run DMC will tell you my name one last time. Thank you. Good night. Be good to yourselves. And Epstein didn't kill himself.